Hello, YouTube. I'm back again. Today, I want to talk about we all deserve to be safe. Yes, we do. I mean, I may sound a little bit crazy about everybody deserve to be safe, but we do. I mean, we are, after all, we are Americans and we're in the best country in the world. So, what I'm going to talk about is this. I may be a little paranoid because the older you get, the more paranoid you get sometimes about things that's going on out here. And it might be an irrational fear, but I don't know. I just think I'm a little paranoid. Hey, Ginger Ninja, how you doing? And it's been a lot of things happening today. Like I was on a few channels and I was watching the news this morning, and I don't even know why I watch the news. The news is just so depressing sometimes when you get out there. But one thing I did try to find out is, I'm a big 2A advocate. I support the Second Amendment, and I wanted to see exactly what the federal government was talking about when they had the president on TV yesterday. Hey, hoot, I holler, and he was talking about the ATF is going to get more money to do more inspections at gun stores and gun shops, the people that sell guns, the ATF. So they're going to have a crackdown, I guess. Hey, Agrifor Adam. Hey, Adam. Uh, yeah. The more I get, the more paranoid I get. I can't handle too much crap. I mean, I want to say shit, but I'm not gonna say shit. I'm gonna just say crap. Yeah, but but anyway, and I see what he's doing. He's gonna take away all the gun stores eventually. Where you got guns, they ain't gonna take your guns. You just won't have any ammo. Because they talking about getting rid of the high capacity magazines for everybody, and they talking about just basically cracking down on people who sell guns. And if you can't sell guns, you can't have guns, and that's the way they're gonna do it. They're gonna come up with little bitty laws that's gonna really hinder the people from selling them and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna watch and see how that's gonna do. So they're gonna crack down on gun dealers, and because they know they couldn't really just go house to house to everybody's house and just come in. And I mean, they could. It happened before. Like Grady said yesterday when they did it with the gold thing, when they was taking everybody gold. Yep. So that's all I got to say about that. But let me get it back to this. See, a lot of you like me. See, I'm old. I'm a senior citizen. And with all this stuff that's going on out here, like I see it. I go out my door and I see these guys out here, and they walking. They still walking with their pants hanging off their butts. I don't understand that. I could never understand that. And I be wondering what is going through their mind. They don't want to work. It's jobs out here. How come they don't get a job? Maybe you just want to grab them and say, "Hey, get a job." But I don't do that because you put your hands on somebody, you might have to have a gunfight. And then they have me on TV talk about another shooting, guy snapped and all this stuff. But nah, I ain't gonna do that. But I heard something else yesterday too. Front year Airlines. See, I don't fly anymore. I used to go Southwest and some of the bigger airlines, but mostly Southwest because I was going south. Um, they gonna start adding a fee onto your ticket for COVID-19, the PPEs that they need for that. They're gonna add that onto your ticket cost, and that just make me think, what's going on with that? COVID is supposed to be under control, but yet we still paying the price on that. And I notice every time I go to the store, we paying the price on that too. Even though I didn't go to the store this month, my wife did all the shopping. Hey, Shandor. I don't see it. I got a nephew named Sean. It's Sean. Yeah, I got a lot of folks. I got a lot of people. And I see where the Russians was shooting at the English ships out there, Britain ships in the Black Sea. That's not our concern. Don't get baited into it, U.S. Don't get baited into it. Russian had no bit. Britain had no business fooling around in their part of the international waters. Stay out of it. Don't get dragged into another shooting war because of something Britain done did, and they will do that. They drag us in it all the time. We like the big dumb brother that they go back and get to come fight another bully that's out there on the block, and you done started it. So we don't want to be that big dumb brother that they keep always going to get. And another thing I seen this morning, in Florida, they had an apartment building collapse. It was terrible looking. It was like something I seen in Katrina when that building collapsed next to the Superdome, and it was terrible. They say 51 people are missing and dozens are hurt. You know, one person is dead. It happened in the middle of the night too, 1:30 at night. I don't know if they sleep in Miami at night, because Miami is one of the places that stays open all night. But I mean, man, that's crazy. The building just collapsed like that. It looked like it was hit with a bomb, and they don't know what happened. I mean, maybe they'll figure it out. Maybe they won't. Anyway, let me get back to what I was talking about. You know, with all these stuff that they talking about out here, all this stuff, and they talking about how they gonna do this and that with these gun dealers, it's gonna make us any safer? I doubt it. You know, and what we got to do is, if you want to feel better and feel safe, like I say, I'm paranoid. You know, I'm not afraid. Don't get me wrong. See, if I was afraid, you could tell I'd be afraid. I'd be shaking in my boots. But see, only thing I'm afraid of is what I might have to do to somebody. I don't want to hurt nobody. You know, you get to the point of your life, you don't want to hurt nobody, but you know you can. And I know I can, but I don't want to do it. You know, I want bygones to be bygones, and I want everybody to be happy and live their life. As I've been told by some people, I just want to live my life. You know, people always tell you that. Hey, Free Handley Mate, how you doing? ACB, hello. Hey, Homestead Aquarius, how you doing, Robert? The collapse looks sketchy. They said it had been doing with the construction work on it at the time. They were doing construction work at the time. I don't know. That thing looked like it was hit with a bomb. It did. I mean, not the way it collapsed. I mean, if that building collapsed like that, then the one next to it, which is like a twin sister to it, should collapse too. They need to go in there and start inspecting that one too. But I don't know. It was just crazy stuff. Hey, home 2C. The F is silent. CV prayers for the victims and families in the Miami, Florida apartment collapse. Yes, we definitely got to pray for them, because it was something that you never would expect. I mean, 1:30 at night, most people are in the house, comfortable watching TV, sleep, you know what I mean? And all of a sudden, if you wake up, you got a building on top of you. I mean, literally a whole building. If you get a chance to see that, it looks terrible. With droopy pants, you can't dodge bullets and go get the handguns as the sight on the top. Quick, holding sideways. Yeah, holding it sideways. I don't understand that either. It's something seen in a movie, I guess. I guess that's gangster. I don't know. But I mean, it's just crazy out here. I mean, and it's the young people. It's not, you know, they always wanted the young against the old anyway, you know, the rich against the poor and stuff like that. And they get in their way, you know, I'm a conspiracy theorist. I like to think that, you know, everything is going to be fine and everything is going to be great. But as you can see, like me, if you actually start looking around, everything is not fine and everything is not great. Now I see where they gonna. Wait, they did actually. They took Rudy Giuliani's law license out of New York. He's no longer allowed to practice law. Well, I think they're gonna send him to prison. Then they took his law license. Prison is the next step. When they started doing that stuff, they disbarred him or whatever. Yes, Hoop say yes. It looked like something hit it. It did. You know they've been working on these new weapons. I ain't gonna say that we got hit with a weapon. I'm just gonna say, but they've been working on sonic weapons and stuff like that. These straight beam things that they could shoot. They say Russia got it, and they wouldn't do nothing like that. I mean, it wouldn't make no sense to do anything like that. And they say most of the people that lived in that building were senior citizens, and it just wouldn't make any sense. And I just can't figure it out. Yes, and that bridge collapsed in D.C. yesterday. I seen that. I mean, is our infrastructure that bad that buildings start to just fall down and bridges just started to collapse? I mean, we had a bridge collapse here once, but it was a small old bridge and it started to collapse. Yeah, did anyone with the B.O.B. bug out bag pillow teddy bear purchase that? All I saw. Mm-hmm. One of the time McAfee was off into. Yeah, I seen that. He killed himself, they say. Another one that killed themselves. It's funny how you could put somebody in a maximum secure prison all by themselves in a cell with nothing in there, and they kill themselves. Hey, I don't know what goes on over in Spain, and he killed himself just when they said they've been to extradite him back to the United States to stand trial. That's crazy. Shondo say DEW weapon, direct energy. Yes, I was thinking that when I seen that building. I say that don't look like a building that just collapsed. It looked like something hit it, and I don't know. Like I said, last time I seen a building like that was when the building next to the Superdome got collapsed during Katrina. If you ever go watch any old videos of Katrina hitting Louisiana, you will see that building. That's what I talk about. Yeah, Ginger Ninja say DEW. Yes. Okay, really heavy made. It's crazy. Yeah, so we got to send our prayers out to them because I say they only found one dead body, but it's 51 people missing. And the side of that building, the apartment, is going to be more than that missing and dead when it's all said and done, because it just happened last night. So they probably still digging. It's dangerous. It's dangerous to know things about people and things they do. You're right about that. It's too much. If you know too much, you can be in danger because information is power. See, that's why I say sometimes when I be doing my channel, I keep a lookout for the MIBs or a van out there, like they have in the movies, that say might be watching me. Like I say, I'm a little paranoid. Sometimes I get a little paranoid, but it's not an irrational fear, because things have happened to make me think that they be watching me. So I just watch it. Keep on. See. Let's see. I often question if they really killed themselves in a top security prison cell. Yes, I understand. That's what I feel too, because I know we had a high profile guy here in Cleveland. I ain't gonna say his name, but I'm gonna just say what he did. He kidnapped 3 women here in Cleveland. You might have seen the documentaries and heard the stories. And he kept them in the house for 10 years, chained up, and all kinds of stuff he was doing to them. For 10 years. Neighbors never knew. Nobody ever knew. This one guy actually found out because the girl escaped and ran up to him and said, "Hey, I'm Joe so, and I was in that house and I was kidnapped." 10 years. And so, they convicted him. They sent him to jail. He was in the cell. And as soon as he got convicted, he ended up hanging himself in his secure cell with nobody else in there. You know what I mean? So you tell me. I mean, they have him under suicide watch too. That was the killing part. Guy said he stepped away for 1 minute, and when he came back, the guy was dead. Woo! I don't believe half that stuff. You know what I mean? I don't believe half that stuff. I think if Harvey Weinstein, wasn't under security like that, I think he might end up missing too. So I'm not saying you all these guys. Yeah, say, hey, Red October, how you doing? Those 3 women. Yes, yes, I see one of them every day. She's on our news channel here. Britton Farms Homestead, how you doing? Yes, I heard something. Red October said, I heard someone say this, but I don't know anything. Yeah, we all know something. Real security would step away for a minute. Real security wouldn't step away. You're right. But see, it's all a plan. See, when they think people know too much, they end up missing. It's like my nephew was saying yesterday about Tesla. He don't believe Tesla just died. He believed they killed him for his information and stuff he knew. They keep you around long as they can use you. Then once they feel that you're no longer useful, then you can end up being missing and dead. Yeah. So like I say, we all deserve to be safe. Like I say, I feel a safest place for me is in my home. I have no problem being safe here because I know everything here. And I know I feel safe in my yard. I feel safe on my block, even though we got some shady characters that's always moving in. But mostly they're homeowners, They're homeowners or long-time renters that been here. So that's one good thing. But, like I'm in the city, so I got a block here, but it's a block behind me. There's another block on the other side of me, because I'm in the city, it's always got a different block, different street. So, And then it's a city, so people just walk on everybody else in the block. It's not like you can't pass, So it's just interesting how that works out. See, like if I was more in a rural area, you'll see most of these shady characters. Like when you go to a gas station or a 7-Eleven, they be out there. I don't know, and that's the confusing thing about it. It must be something in the blood because it's always people. No matter where you go, no matter what gas station you go to, it's always somebody standing outside the gas station. I can never figure that out. Let's see. Bad Art Studios says building didn't look like it collapsed, looked like it was hit by an implosion. You're absolutely right. It does. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't look like a normal collapsed building. I mean, it's just, but I'm just saying, it's just crazy. And I guess they'll figure it out, or they're going to either figure it out or they're going to cover it up. Because they don't want people to get living in your own building is unsafe because it could be imploded at any moment. Adam says Tesla was ahead of his time. You're right. Okay. Your home is the safest place until it's not. Yeah. And who knows how to say true that, Jim. And you're right. That's why I say if you can't do anything else to keep yourself safe, make sure you keep yourself safe at home. But they've been doing a lot of home invasions. I mean, we was getting them here over the last 3 years, and now they picking up everywhere. I mean, not only in the city anymore, but they done moved out to the suburbs and they going into people's homes, and now they getting more violent with these home invasions. Is Collinwood still bad urban growth? Collinwood is always bad. Yeah, but you know what? Councilman Polansky is doing a lot, to change that, but they're still bad. I mean, it used to be real nice when you can go through Collinwood, because I go through Collinwood sometimes, and I go up to Euclid Beach, because they remodeled Euclid Beach and made it part of the Emerald Necklace program, So I go up there all the time to Euclid Beach and everything. And it's really nice up there because they really did a nice job. But, Collinwood is not like it used to be. That's along Lakeshore. They used to have a McDonald's. I never seen a McDonald's get closed down until they closed that one down in Collinwood. They closed that McDonald's down that was on Lakeshore, right across the street from that the big senior citizen high rises. It's crazy. I don't know how many people seen McDonald's ever close, but they closed that one. And it was making money. It was always crowded, but they had that element that was always hanging around out there. Always in there. So that's why they closed it. Hey, Granny Marino, how you doing? Let's see. I know the beach. Yep, Euclid Beach. They remodeled it. Yeah, it's very nice. Tesla knew how the electricity to the masses. Excuse me, I'm having problems reading today. I think it's just I'm a little tired. I was up late last night. Tesla knew how to get electricity to the masses on cheap. That may have been one of the reasons he's not with us anymore. Big money doesn't like that. You're right. Let me tell you, corporations run the world. I don't care what anybody say. Everything that is done is for money and power. Everything that's done is for money and power. And that's why we're in the position we are in this world right now. You can look at it every day. You can see with the food industry, what is it, like 13 countries control, 13 companies control all the food we eat? That's crazy. I mean, that's what it is. Hey, Wendy, how you doing? We should get crazy. Biden compares Second Amendment to nuclear weapons and gun country. You know what? I'm gonna tell you something about Biden. I don't even worry about Biden. He's a puppet, and he's been in politics, 50, 60 years? He's part of that old guard, the one that deep state. I mean, I don't want to say deep state because I can get in trouble for that. The FBI can come and get me for saying that I'm inciting a riot. I'm just saying that how I feel about politicians that been in office for 40 years. And it's the same way. But a lot of people, they don't care. And me, I don't care what he do because it ain't gonna make no difference. Because with me, politics is something, it changes overnight. one every 4 years is something different. Every 4 years, and my head be spinning sometimes. And and they never do anything for the people. They say they do, but they don't. Somebody made a comment in my chat the other day. They was talking about the trickle down, that they finna give us a little money, couple of $1,000, and that's and they gonna make millions and billions, but we gonna get the trickle down. You see what I'm saying? They finna spend what 1.79 trillion or 1.9 trillion, and we gonna get the trickle down, a couple of thousand. You know what I mean? It's just like they dropped the dime on the ground, say, "Oh, y'all can keep it. I don't want it." How'd that get in here? So I'm just saying that's how I feel about the whole thing. Politicians, I don't trust them, but I can see a change is coming in our whole political system, and it's not going to be for the better. I can see it now. It's not going to be. I'm not one of them people that I'm not a hero worshiper, and I don't believe in one man doing everything. I'm just saying that we are in a serious situation with our political system, and I don't believe, and this is true, I don't believe that we can ever come together. We're too far divided. We're way too far divided. Even if we had a war and we were fighting somebody else, they would still be fighting in Washington, D.C. over how many bombs we should drop or how many rockets we should buy. They will never be together. The only thing is to put this country together as a people is if we was invaded by aliens or another country, or else or this country would never be together. And that's the way I see things. We can talk all we want to about we should be together, we should do this and do that, and I'm a proponent that we should get together, but it won't happen because we're too politically divided, and we should have never been that way. I can't even remember how we got this divided. It is the kind of divide that causes revolution, and I'm anti-revolution. I don't even like to think about it. I don't even like to talk about it because you're talking about tens of millions of people who gonna die, tens of millions. It ain't like, oh, we got a revolution, we ready, we here. It ain't gonna be that way, people. People are going to die. People are going to die. People I know are going to die. Your grandsons and your sons are going to die. People are going to die. We have learned to kill much better since the Civil War. We got weapons. People right now, they got M60s and they got miniguns, M134s. These regular citizens, and they ready. They can't wait to shoot a bunch of people. I mean, and it's all in the mindset. Like I said, it's the reactionaries out there. And like I said, we can never get together when people start thinking about we should kill Americans. And every time I think about that, it makes me want to start swearing and cussing. I don't know how I got on this, but that's the way I feel about it. Okay, but like I said, I was talking about something else. Let me go back here. I missed a lot of questions. I was ranting. I'm sorry, people. I apologize. Okay, Spitfire Red say, and then the condo will demolish people in the red states. Watch out. I don't know. Something is going on with that because that's something that don't just happen. That's just something that just doesn't happen. All the Russian submarines are going to raise up on the beach. Nah, they ain't gonna come in with those submarines. Russia. See, let me tell you something about that. But the way I feel about that Russian situation that happened out there with the British ship. Now, what's his name? Biden. Yeah, he just went there and they had this summit and all the European guys in there. They was all okay. Yeah. We got a new leader to lead us up against the communist regime. Blah blah blah. Okay, and so what Putin did was he sat up there and smiled in your face and shake your hand and nodded, okay, yeah. And then he went right out and started shooting at ships. You see what I'm saying? Actions speak more. But they say actions speak louder than 1,000 words. There you go. So all them people that's in the European conglomerate over there that was shaking hands and stuff like that say we got the new leader, we finna do something. Y'all ain't gonna do shit. I almost said it. I mean, so beware. Okay, so anyway, so I get sidetracked, because like I said, I wonder sometimes because like I said, I was up late last night. I was watching something and I got a little tired It wasn't nothing really. It was Babylon 5. I was watching that because I watch a lot of TV when I'm at night when I don't have anything to do. TV and popcorn. Love my popcorn. Popcorn and cheeses. Man, I can live on that. So anyway, Bad Art Studio said Project Blue Book is beaming plans in fake alien invasion. I don't know. I don't know what's in that because they don't want to turn it over. Yeah, they don't want to turn it over. Okay. Hey, Gardner Josh, how you doing? I'm all caught up now. We're getting a little bit behind because I don't know how to put this on slow yet to keep up with the comments. So I'll be just running. It says Adam says in my day a good sniper could make around 600 yards. My generation are now going as far as 1,200 yards. Yeah, I see. What's that one guy? He was hitting them at 800 yards constantly over in Iraq. Yeah, I mean, constantly he was hitting them at 800 yards. I think they did a movie about him or something. He's like the greatest sniper of our era. You know, we had that one guy in Vietnam that was a great sniper. He hit somebody over a mile away, but this guy, he was tearing them up. Let's see. Hey, John Coffey's in the house. How you doing, Unpaved Explorer? If you guys haven't had a chance to go watch the Unpaved Explorer channel, he got a lot of good stuff on there. You know, I'm not saying that because he's a Buckeye or he's close to me. He's basically a neighbor because he's not that far from me. I'm just gonna say he needs some watch hours. So if you can get a chance to run his playlist, so he can get his watch hours. You know, he's trying to get close and he needs some watch hours. So if you can mind somebody run his playlist for him. That's John Coffey, the Unpaved Explorer. You know, he got some good stuff on there. Okay. Let's see. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, that was no problem, John. Like I said, I had to get ready to do my channel, you know. So I had to, and I'm waiting on my grandson to come. He's at a daycare. His mom's gonna drop him off on the way to work. So anyway, like I said, basically this done turned into a rant. And I didn't want to turn into a rant. I was just talking about we all deserve to be safe. And that's true because I know I deserve to be safe. I mean, I worked all them years and everything, but we have a problem here. You know, we done had one mailman get shot. And that was out of my station I used to work at, he got shot. Another one that I worked with had his postal truck stolen out in Bracknell. Guy stole his truck, thought it was a U-Haul, went and stole a TV, and the police pulled him over with the stolen TV in the back, talking about he thought it was a U-Haul. But that's a whole other story, these crackheads out here. And another one that delivered in my area got shot over on Yale at 93rd. He got robbed. He didn't get shot. I'm sorry, he got robbed. So I was like saying, all this month, one shot, one robbed, and one carjacked. So I'm just saying that they targeting people that work, these people that are not working. You know, that was 3 postmen. And, you know, I feel when a postman gets something like that happen to him because, you know, I had stuff like that when I was working. You know, I never got robbed. Thank God I didn't get shot. They missed me. But this stuff happens. So. But I did get bitten by quite a few dogs. Like I say, 6 dog bites. But it happens, you know. You work as long as I did, it happened. Purpose service is now a dangerous business for sure. They can't get people. Nobody wants to carry mail anymore. We can't. And then the worst part about it is that they made a post office a political weapon now, which is stupid. I mean, you know, made it a political weapon. It used to be I'm gonna tell you this. I don't know how many of you remember the riots out in LA. I mean, you know, they had the LA riots that when the people had to get their mail, they would actually have people walk with the mailman to make sure he was safe and secure so he could deliver their mail to these riot-stricken areas. When you see the mailman coming and bring you mail, you know everything is okay. Like Kevin Costner in that movie, The Postman. When people see mail coming, they say everything is okay. We back to normal. You know, because I don't work with tornadoes and heat waves and stuff like that. When people used to see me coming down the street, they would say, "Oh, y'all working today?" Yeah, we working because that's what they depend on. Because we represent a form of the government that always said that everything was okay. When you see your postman, if you was in a Katrina situation and you could still get your mail, you say everything's okay. And as long as you can see that postman, everything was always okay. And that's the way I look at it. Yeah. Let me tell you something. And I took pride in this. I was always on the job. Yeah. Let's see. Hey, Canadian cabin girl, how you doing? Hey, prepared veteran, how you doing? Anthony Brown, welcome. That's like I said, and prepared veterans and mailman equals good intel, ground intel. You know what? It was a time that the Cleveland Police Department wanted us to go and tell them where all the drug dealers was at. You talk about a death wish. We don't have any guns on us, and we don't have bulletproof vests. They find out that we tell them where they at. You just about dead out there on the streets. Now, if they want to give us security, yeah, yep. And they were talking about making us part of Homeland Security. They still talking about. They was talking about that when I retired. That they wanted the mailman to be part of Homeland Security because we are out there on every street, at every house, every day. I mean, nobody knows more about what goes on in the neighborhood than the mailman. Believe me, I knew what was going on everybody's block and just about at everybody's house. Yep. And that's for true because you there, you right there, you ground level, and you up on their property, up in their yard. So if you think that nobody knows what you're doing, I'm gonna tell you, it's one man that's out there that do know what you're doing, and that's the mailman. They can know about just about what you get in the mail. They do. Yep. I know. I know. Because like I say, when people used to get these anti-government magazines, I knew who they were. You know what I mean? I knew who they were. These people that were Klan members, I knew who they were too. We have them in Cleveland. You know, and I say, I know, Ray, they already have the post office spying on people. They wanted us to do that when I was working, but we wouldn't. I wouldn't. And they used to call me for this one company that was getting these big giant teddy bears, and they would send them out all over the country. They wanted to know all about them. Why are you asking me? I don't know. I just know what they get in the mail. Because you don't want to talk about too much stuff because you can end up missing. I always give my mailman a Christmas card. Gift and card. Yeah, I used to get a lot of gifts and a lot of cards. Man, I used to get tons of stuff. I used to get a shopping bag from some stuff I used to get, but that's back in the day. Nowadays, it's not like that. I don't even know who my mailman is half the time. I think I may have had 10 different mailmans in the last 10 years. You can see, I know the U.S. Postal Service spying on America. That's a sick. Yes, they are. I mean, they wanted them to spy. I don't know if they're doing it now, but they did come to us, make the announcement. They wanted us to tell them all about what's going on, all the hot spots. And we wouldn't do it. Not at my station, we wouldn't do it. It's un-American. You know what I mean? But then again, under some of these administrations, there is no America. They want everybody to be spying on everybody. It's another Nixon type thing, I guess. Let's see. Is the U.S. Postal the same as the Federal Department of Education actually unconstitutional? The United States Post Office has been around since 1784 federally, but it was around before that. We've been around since the beginning of the government. We one of the oldest institutions in America. You have food banks in Cleveland. Yes, we do. Matter of fact, we have the National Guard helping with our food bank. We had a great food bank. It's in Collinwood. It is. It's in Collinwood, right off the freeway. Now they built a brand new food bank, but it's already running out of space. And it's right there. If you ever come to Cleveland and you're driving down Route 2 to go to either 90 or 271, you will see the food bank. Can't miss it. Beautiful place, beautiful building. Let's see. That's a great idea. Anytime I have been lost and see the postal workers, they always gave me the right path. Some are tricky, they joke with you. They say, you see down there where that gas station at? You go down there, you make a right, you come to a convenience store. You go in the convenience store, you ask this guy named Abdul, and he give you the directions. They're tricky like that. They send you down there, but they don't help. Biden sounds like a nice old man answering an uncomfortable for a child. Whatever he talks to the press, he doesn't really answer it, but pats them on the back and smile and mumble sometimes like that. Yes, there is an article stating that in June this year. Lee Bryan, yes, I know the Postal Service and I appreciate them all. I'm saying that the government federalized it and I think that's unconstitutional. You know what? They trying to, because see, when I came in the post office, they had took us off the budget. Back in the 80s, they took the post office off the budget and they told us that we had to keep our own budget. But we get money from them every year still. But they was giving us money. But but technically, we're not on the taxpayers' budget anymore. They took us off the taxpayers' budget. And then we had that big postal scandal in the 90s where about 5-6 senators got convicted of mail fraud or something like that because they could just go to the post office because they were senators and write a check, get a postal money and not even have money. It was a mess. It was a mess. They busted about 6 of them, and they all don't resign. A lot of people don't remember that. We even had a postmaster general once that had to resign because he told all the post offices that, look, y'all want y'all to take out all the Pepsi machines, take every Pepsi machine that's in the post office out and put all the Coca-Cola machines in there. Come to find out, the reason he was going to do that was because he had stock in Coca-Cola. You see what I'm saying? And he got kicked out. They got rid of him. He lucky he didn't get indicted. He didn't have time to put the machines in. It was crazy. Post office is a money maker for people that try to make money. They can steal it and nobody even know it. They can steal it and nobody even know it. Because I know if you live in Canada, if you live in Canada, I remember back, I think it was 82 when they privatized your post office up there. Y'all don't have a federal post office like we have. I think y'all got basically mom and pops post offices. Yeah, that's what they're gonna do to us here. Eventually, they're gonna close the post office because there's money to be made. I'll buy me a post office. I can make a lot of money. It's like UPS and Federal Express and all these other places. You can make a lot of money delivering packages and mail. Okay, let me get off the post office because I'm having flashbacks now. I'm gonna have some PTSD about it. So anyway, what I was saying, we deserve to be safe, and like I say, the safest place for you. It's not a police station; it's your own home because your own protection. Really. Those of you that's a lot younger than me, you should never be worried about anything in your life. If you're in your 30s, 40s, even your younger 50s, you should never worry about anything. You know what I mean? You should be at the peak, so you should be able to go home, kick your shoes off, get you a cup of coffee, tea, or lemonade, or whatever your preference is, even a cocktail or a regular drink. And kick your shoes off, sit down in front of your TV and grab your remote and do your Al Bundy thing, But nowadays you can't do that because you got so much other stuff going on out here in the world that when you do cut your TV on and sit down, it's like, why? We got to do this, we got to do that. It's just so much stuff, and it make you feel unsafe. You know what I mean? Because you getting. I said it before. You're getting brainwashed. Like I say, I hate to turn on the TV in the morning and catch the news, but my wife, she watches the news because she goes to work and And when I cut the TV on whatever last channel she was watching. Yes, Adam, PTSD, that's what it is. Post-traumatic stress syndrome disorder. Yeah. And better say gangs ruling are raising up. Yeah. It's a lot of gangs. Is it safe to walk around Cleveland at night? It depends on where you walk. Cleveland's a big city. Let me tell you, I don't know, but when I was walking and I was delivering, because I was delivering in some of the bad areas. I delivered in some of the good areas. Don't get me wrong. When I finished my career, I spent the last 22 years delivering to basically businesses, all along the lakefront, the TV stations and a gas company and an electric company. I have basically a business route toward the end, but I still had high rises and streets I had to do. Streets were dangerous. I know people that got killed, not me, I'm not mailman, but people that lived on the, I've been to a lot of their funerals when I was delivering mail over the 22 years I had that route. But I'm gonna say, is the streets of Cleveland safe to walk at night? I'm gonna say, if you're downtown, you're pretty safe. Downtown, I would say downtown Cleveland is safe. Most of the outer suburbs are safe. I wouldn't buy going into parks at night. But yeah, I would say it's about safe as any other city. I mean, we have a lot of violence and stuff like that because it's a major city. We're not Chicago or Detroit or New York, but we have our problems. We have a lot of problems. It depends on where you at. It depends on what part of the city, because we had a lot of drug problems back in the day, back in the issues in the day, but most of them got cleaned up because a lot of people right now, they getting that legal marijuana. You know what I mean? But there's still people that are out here that's still getting that heroin, not so much crack, because all the crack dealers are in prison. What they get now is heroin, and that's out there, and that fentanyl. But fentanyl is it's a nationwide thing. It's just not only in the city. I would say certain parts of the city is safe, and certain parts are never safe. It's like any other city. You wouldn't want to go there unless you maybe armed. Hey, Anisi, how you doing? Nikki. Oh, Nisi's already. Hey, Nikki, how you doing? That's the everyday life of a ODC chick. Yeah, she's in the house. Let's see. So if you ever come to Cleveland, give me a holler, y'all. I'll tell y'all where not to go. Let's see. Pony Express would it be cool to let the Pony Express ride again? Half out loud about it. I can see. You know what? We used to. We had our police department had horses. They did. They had horses, and every time they had the parade, they would get the money unit out, and they would parade up the street with all the other horses. Or I would see them going see where I live at. I'm by the cultural gardens. They would ride their horses through the cultural gardens to going down to the lake. But I don't know. They had the Pony Express out there. The way these people are now, they steal the horses and have horse meat. And they would take the horses. We had somebody steal a police car once. I remember that. A bus. It's stuff people do. It's not only here in Cleveland, it's all over. But I've seen stuff. I just seen on TV where somebody had stole a mobile home. It was tearing up cars trying to get away from the police. It's all about people. You know what I mean? Everywhere you go, it's all about people. In some places you can go, some places you can't go. You can get a lot of anxiety over stuff just from trying to figure out where you can go. But like I say, I'm not gonna really talk too much today because, like I said, I'm really tired. I need a nap, but I'm waiting on my grandson to come here. And when he get here, he's 4. Well, he'll be 4 next week, next month in July. Yeah, he's gonna drive me crazy. He's gonna want to play. He's gonna be playing with me while I'm asleep. That's what he's gonna do. Anyway, I was trying to say that the safest place to be is in your house. Those of you that can bug out, if you want to, go ahead and bug out, because I have no idea how to bug out. I know how to bug out, but I have no idea if I want to go bug it out. I don't want to bug out. I'm not planning on bugging out. Let me tell you this. I watched a video yesterday, and it was by good friend of mine. Well, I think he's a good friend of mine. I used to watch him when he only had like 100 subscribers. What was his name? Good friend of mine. Can't even think of his name. Well, anyway, it'll come to me. I'm having a senior moment. He was talking about bugging out to these state and federal parks, but you have to have a reservation to get there. That the parks are already clogged up and everything, and that nobody can get to these parks right now because they already filled up and everything like that. But I know that. I mean, because everybody already planning on where they going, how they gonna live, stuff like that. I want everybody, if they got to bug out, bug out. I want everybody, if they got to be evacuated, get out them leave, waving goodbye. Hey, see y'all later. You know what I mean? Hey, Uncle Al's in the house. How you doing, Uncle Al? That's that Bullfrog 79. You know, if you haven't seen Uncle Al's channel, you know, you need to go watch his channel. Al needs some more watch hours too, so you can reach the 4,000 limit. You know, a lot of us close. A lot of us are real close. We just haven't had that push yet to push us over the 4,000 minute mark. And you know, Uncle Al don't do a lot of lives, so go give him some support. Give that Bullfrog 79. He needs some support. They say Hoot Owl Holler say Ray, downtown Cleveland used to be so congested that the police on horses were all they could reach the car wrecks. We're not that bad. I mean, it's not. They redid downtown. You know, they put a whole new square. They just downtown Cleveland is not the same it used to be back 10 years ago. Downtown Cleveland is totally different. When they started to build the new stadiums and new arenas and stuff like that, they changed everything. They rebuilt the convention center. That's why I go a lot. When I go down there, I go to the convention center for the conventions and stuff like that. And like downtown is not the same. It's different. It's way different. I mean, I don't even recognize it sometimes because we used to have a public square where you can just go straight through public square over the bridge to the west side. You can't do that no more. You got to go around. You got a square right in the middle of the city now. You know, they just had a concert there with the orchestra. It's not the same Cleveland. If you haven't been in Cleveland in 10 years, you won't recognize it. You will not recognize it. I mean, you may see the stadium, the Cleveland Brown Stadium on TV. That's a nice stadium. Right behind the stadium, they got a park called Vonovich Park. That's where they're going to shoot the fireworks on the 4th of July from here in Cleveland. They're going to put a barge out in Lake Erie, because Lake Erie is right there. And they're going to shoot the fireworks off a barge. You know, so like I said, it's totally different. I mean, it's not like it used to be. You know, I think the old way was the best way, but hey, this is for the new people, I guess. The closest I've been is Buffalo. I've been to Buffalo. Wasn't a good experience. I've been to Buffalo. Yep. Buffalo. Man. I ain't gonna say nothing bad about Buffalo. People gotta live somewhere. People say the same thing about Cleveland. Because after all, our river did catch on fire back in the 60s. So that's a whole other story. I've been to Buffalo. Yeah, it's all right. It's a nice place. It's like the part I was in wasn't the nicest place, but it was okay. You know, I've been to New York. New York is nice. New York is very nice. I've been to New York. I was down in New Orleans before Katrina tore it up. I haven't been down there since before Katrina, but it was very nice down there. Went down there for the music festival. Stayed a week. It was very nice. Yep, I've been to Dallas, Tennessee. I've been Hawaii, Atlanta, Baltimore. I've been a whole bunch of places. I can't even think of all the places. I've been Toronto, Montreal. Been like I said, I've been all over in my time. You know, had to do some traveling before I got old. So like I said, you know, in Ohio, you can't have booby traps, because I will say, and I did it in one of my videos a long time ago, and I had to erase it because I would get channel canceled because I was telling people to do some stupid stuff. That was stupid. But anyway, you can't do booby traps in Ohio, and if you do booby traps, you can't let nobody know. You can't even say do booby traps on YouTube because your channel will get tagged and flagged because they don't because you instigating violence against others or whatever they call it. So yeah, but like I say, a lot of people out there gonna be doing booby traps and that's your thing. If you want to do it, do it. Because I can't tell you not to do it. I can't tell you to do it. I can just let you know that if you say it on YouTube, you can get in trouble with the powers that be. But anyway, let me tell you about some movies, TV series that I've seen. I seen this TV series called Utopia. I meant to tell you this about a month ago because I watched it, and it was I guess it's a Netflix. It was an Amazon. It was on Amazon or something, and it was the strangest thing that I ever did see. But it made me think about what was going on at the time. Like I seen this about 3 months ago, and it was about a virus. You know, I can't talk about viruses on my channel or stop buffering and they cut me off. But anyway, if you ever get a chance, and I mean the new one, you know, the American one, they got an English one, but this is the strangest show I ever did see. But once you start watching it and get into it, it makes a lot of sense on what was going on to us in America and in the world. It was about a virus and how they got started. Okay, Purple Veteran says, "Yep, the British one. You seen the British one? They got an American one too. Yeah, I see the. I watched the American one. Purple Veteran say, big police presence in Cleveland. Not anymore. We need more police. Nobody wants to be a policeman. We hiring right now. Nobody wants to be police anymore. Nobody. They're hiring all over the county. You know." And then the governor said that he wants police officers to have a college degree now, at least an associate degree, and take some kind of class to understand people, whatever. I don't even know. I mean, that's what the governor said, Mike DeWine. Yep. So anyway, yeah. If you ever get the chance to see that, watch that. And I'll tell you another thing to watch is Bushwick, which I thought was funny. I mean, I don't mean it was funny. It was good. It was somebody, you know, I guess we was at a Civil War, and they just invaded New York, and they invaded Bushwick because they thought people in New York didn't have guns. Yeah, that was funny. And then, you know, the hottest thing out now is this Black Summer thing that's out now. You know, that's about the zombies like World War Z type thing. This is part 2. So it's a good thing to watch that. Uncle Al say, remember 1920, 1930, the roaring 20s. Yeah, everything was crazy. That Bushwick was good. Yeah, that was good. I like Bushwick. You know, yep. Ginger Ninja said, and there's another show on Netflix called Sweet Tooth. Okay, about these mutant babies being born and virus kicking off the same time it wiped out a lot of humanity. It's pretty good. You know what? I was gonna watch that, but I did not see it. The kids got like antlers on their heads or something like that. Yeah, Sweet Tooth. You know what? When I get finished with my live, I'm gonna watch it. When my grandson come over, me and him are gonna sit over there and we're gonna watch that. We're gonna eat some popcorn and some cheeses. We're gonna watch that today. Police was bad like today. In 1920s, 1930s. I don't know too much about what was going on with the police back then. I really don't. I really just you know, mostly what I understand was all gangsters back then, you know, because that was the age of prohibition. You know, everybody was making a buck. Everybody was on the tape. Let's see, a little bad. But you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. I know policemen. I know, like I said, I got a couple in my family, and they're not bad. They're not bad. I mean, maybe there's some bad apples out there, but I'm not gonna lump every policeman in as being bad. Like I wouldn't lump every mailman in as being bad. If you got a bad mailman, you got a bad mailman, but that don't mean the other mailmans are bad. I mean, just like everything else, you might work with some bad coworkers, and that don't mean you a bad person. You know, you might have one of them coworkers that want to go off and kill everybody. That don't mean. I had one of them when I worked at this industrial tooling company. This guy used to talk some crazy stuff about coming in and killing everybody. He was weird. And they fired him. Not for that. They fired him for trying to strangle another coworker, but that's a whole other story. Are you wanting to move to Cleveland? Come on down. Let me tell you something. Housing prices in Cleveland are pretty reasonable here, you know. And like I say, Cleveland's a big city. It's just not one spot. I mean, we have a city of 381,000 people, and like the housing market is up 18%. You know, it's a seller's market. I mean, and we still get evictions here. You know, I mean, they say the eviction thing was supposed to end on the 30th. You know, where they had the ban where you ain't supposed to evict people. They've been evicting people every day. You know, even before that ban ended. That's what I'm saying. Say every company and organization had horrible employees. Yes, you're right. But I'll see you later. Yeah, well, I'll stay right here on my boat. Hey, we got a big lake. Bring your boat, and if you get tired of living in America, you just go across the lake to. I think I never rode it, but my brother said he went halfway across the. But he had to go back and get gas across the lake. He's gonna go over to Canada now. He can go. You can take your boat from here to Michigan to Canada. You can go up all the way through to the Hudson River. If you want to just spend time on your boat, but you got to watch them storms. You know, like they say, we get them nor'easters that come in if you're out there on the lake in the wrong time of the year. Yeah, UK. UK, United Kingdom. Are you in the UK? Yes, he is. He's in the United Kingdom. I've seen a couple of his videos. He does a lot of exploring of stuff like that. 6 feet canal boat, not designed for open water. Oh no. You had to get you got a little bit better. I mean, that's good for the smaller inland lakes we got here. But we got a lot of inland lakes and rivers and stuff. You can go on there. You can go on those with canoes and stuff. But in fact, what are those things? Those things that people kayak. We had people going to the Cuyahoga River all the time downtown because the river runs through downtown. Just paddling, you know, because since they cleaned it up, it is very nice, very nice. And they're supposed to be running the Amtrak. They're gonna stretch the Amtrak from Cleveland all the way down to Dayton and Cincinnati, going through Columbus. That'd be great. I can go down. I can come down to the southern part of Ohio and visit some of you guys there because I'm too tired to drive now. I don't feel like driving 5-6 hours to Cincinnati anymore because I've been to Cincinnati. Oh man, dozens of times. But I've never been to Dayton, and I got a relative in Dayton, but I've never been there to see him. He's a pastor, but I haven't been to see him. Up from my father's side of the family. Great Lakes must be a good opportunity for a bug out. You know what? One thing you don't have to worry about is fresh water because, like I say, the water off the lakes go into these little streams and stuff like that, these little inland lakes and creeks and stuff like that. We always have fresh water, so you don't ever have to worry about fresh water or traffic. Yeah, we don't have a lot of traffic here because we don't have a lot of people here. We just get traffic twice a day when people going into work and people coming home from work, or if we have an accident on the curb because we got this road. I don't know why they made it like that. They call it Dead Man's Curve. That's where we have a lot of our accidents at, but it's not that bad. I just go around it most of the time. But if you live next to a Great Lake, like the guys in Michigan can tell you, because Michigan, you know, they like about 2 lakes, and they can tell you it's wonderful being by a lake. You can't beat it, even though you get mosquitoes. You know, a Great Lake is a great opportunity. You got fish. You know, if you run out of food, fish. If you know how to fish, everybody living next to a lake should know how to fish. I got plenty of fishing equipment, and I know how to fish. Hey, Cat with the hat, I haven't heard from you in a while. Hey, Detroit Prepper in the house. He can tell you about being next to a Great Lake. Northern Homeland Security and all the laws supposed to keep all. Let me put it to you this way. And I don't mean to kick Homeland Security while it's down because it is down. I don't know. They got another director. But let me tell you something. What some things supposed to do, they don't do. Now, Homeland Security is supposed to keep us from foreign and domestic terrorists, which, as you can see, they haven't been able to do. because they keep getting into our cyber infrastructure. And then they spend more time watching us than they do watching the other people, the terrorists, the people that are coming in. Homeland Security, because FEMA is part of Homeland Security, and I can't talk about these people because they're gonna make my channel buffer. But I'm just gonna say it like this: that's another good idea that went bad. But if you start really messing around with that, you and they start really trying to adjust it to something that it shouldn't be, you can end up with something that you don't want to see. What I mean by that, they can end up actually becoming the true power here in America and end up becoming Gaddafi or Hussein or whatever and taking over. Because it don't take much. It just take organization for something like that to go bad. You know what I mean? It always go bad, and we don't want that to happen. You ready to come down south anytime? You're always welcome. I've been down south a lot. I don't do, like I said, I don't do a lot of traveling since my knee. My knee's been bothering me. My other knees always bother me because I don't even feel it half the time because it's metal. It's been replaced. But I don't drive well now since my right knee. You got to use that on the gas pedal. Started to bother me, so I don't travel well anymore. The hip bothered me, but I can handle the hip because that's on the left side, the left hip. But now when my knees start bothering me, I don't drive as much. I limit my driving now. I don't drive more than an hour at a time if I had to go somewhere because that knee would lock up or something, and I'll be afraid I might have an accident. Don't travel well. That's why I say now, I take the Amtrak. That way I can get up and stretch, walk around, go one of them cars and get some food or whatever, and look out that glass windows they got. Have a good time, or fly. Get there quick. Go and spend that time on the road. My younger days, shoot, I logged some miles. Let's say Detroit Purple saying all the fish I do is in the hundreds of inland fishing in Michigan. I am 2 blocks from the Detroit River that I would never eat out of it, though do many for 75 years. Detroit River is nasty. Guess how Ohio River was, but we cleaned that up. The Cuyahoga River was like that too. EPA came in and cleaned it up. But then again, you see what happened in Flint, Michigan. Flint, Michigan, they still drinking bottled water in most places there. They still have a water system problem. I think they just sent their governor or somebody or whoever was in charge to jail for that whole Flint, Michigan thing. That's how frail our system is. They cut your water off, somebody's gonna go to jail and pay for that. Okay, great life. You can be around. Cheap too. Okay. And Ginger said they're the show on Tubi about living mortgage free, and a few of these episodes were about fixing up boats and living on them. I wouldn't mind living on a boat, but like I said, we get some weather here, especially around October. In November, then you can't really be on the lake in November because it freezes. Our lake freezes. See, we up in the north, so you couldn't really live on the lake. You had to. Now me, I would love to one day if I was younger have a mobile home. One of them RVs, mobile homes, and just like a lot of people, they travel all over the country. They have their spots they go to every year. And they had these beautiful RVs. And I love a nice big RV, just mobile home on wheels and just go. Maybe that could be one of my bug out plans. We got an RV place about maybe 7 miles up the road here off the freeway that sells RVs. Maybe I go up there and get me an RV if everything go bad, but it'd probably be a million people up there trying to get RVs. Bug out the RVs. If you get through the freeways, Flint is back online for those who have replaced the lead service line. Yeah, I remember that, man. That was sad. November, which great, it's a Great Lakes thing. Yes, it is. They made a song about that up in there too. What was it about? Lake Superior The Edmund Fitzgerald. Remember that Edmund Fitzgerald? It went down. A lot of boats go down. Yeah, we just had two people and a kid die here yesterday, not because of the lake, but because they got carbon monoxide poisoning. Like somehow they didn't do something right on their boat, and they went in the cabin and got poisoned and died. Boat was just out there. The Coast Guard brought it in. See, boating is just like owning a gun. You got to know what you're doing, and you don't want to operate it if you're drunk. They definitely throw you in jail for that. So anyway, like I said, I was just want to tell people, we deserve to be safe. I know I do, because like I said, I've been around a long time. I've seen a lot of things, you know what I mean? And I haven't done anything to do anything to get me put in jail or thrown in jail or anything like that. And I deserve a break. I mean, but the way this country's going, the way things happening out here, it don't look like we're going to get a break. And if they do take away our Second Amendment right, then they're going to make me a felon. If you know what I mean. I mean, I'm not going to say that I went on a boating trip and I'm not going to, I know y'all probably heard that explosion. That's fireworks. I'm not going to say that I went on a boating trip and all my guns was with me and they went in the water. I'm not going to say nothing like that. I'm just say, hey, I don't have any. Then they're going to search the house. They're going to find a couple and they're going to take them away. But then that's okay because they ain't going to find all of them. That's the way I'm thinking. I just put some out that they can find, that I don't really use anymore. Let's say I hunt off Lake Superior and see 15 feet easy, 30 feet inland. Wow. Yeah. Let me ask you a question, Detroit. Did you ever see lights out in your water out in the lake? I mean, I be at the lake all the time because I used to stay at the lake, and there's these lights at night that you can see underwater. I mean, they just be out there. I mean, people used to say we got submarines. They be joking. Oh no, that's the submarine racers. Submarine racers. We got no submarines in the inland lakes. At least I didn't think so. Okay. Let's see. Oh, congratulations, Maverick Prepper. He paid off his mortgage 5 years ago and he lived mortgage free. That's great. That's great. I did the same thing. I paid off my mortgage 5 years ago. I don't have a mortgage, but I got taxes, property tax. I pay twice a year. Property taxes. You think you paid off everything, you don't owe them nothing, and then they send you a tax bill every year, twice a year, which is strange. They want your property. They always do. Property is money. It's value. You have welfare support over there. That's a last line of defense for me. No, sir, I've never seen any lights, but the fireflies are in the millions at times. Wow, millions of fireflies. Yeah, y'all get the mayflies too. We get the mayflies, the ninjas, the midgets, or whatever they call them things. When you live on the lake, you get stuff like that: mosquitoes, midgets, mayflies, all over. We get them all the time. But it's good, I wouldn't rather live any place else but next to a Great Lake. It's my little buddy. See, he don't want to be up here. What's that? Hey, you waiting on Jamie? Okay. Yep, it's my pet, my Jack Russell Terrier. We're gonna be outside later on. I'm gonna be out there looking at my garden. It's coming along good. I planted potatoes, onions, and some hot peppers. But the hot peppers haven't came up yet. Okay, mayflies. Oh, you don't know what the mayflies is? Those are the ones that look like they real small. They got wings and they all over the place, and they got like little long tails. They look like little miniature dragonflies. So mayflies, more Social Security type money payments. Okay. Do you mean welfare support for illegal aliens? What tests we do? Illegal aliens. I don't know about that, Ray. My dream is to live in Alaska. You know what? Yeah, go talk to Alaska Prepper. He could probably help you out with that. What's that other guy they got up there? That other prepper. They got that real big channel. I forgot his name. You know, I don't really watch the big channels anymore because they're just too big. You know, you leave a comment, you might not ever hear from them again. Hey, Fallen Skies Prepper, how you doing? No matter where I go, I could live miles and miles from water. Dragonflies always find me and make me smile. Oh yeah, dragonflies. We don't really get a lot of them up here, but I remember when I was down south, and I was in Shelbyville, and I was down there, and these dragonflies were like two really big dragonflies. They just seemed to follow me everywhere I went. And I was a young kid. I was like 10, and they just kept following me. Yeah, I was scared. Then I was scared. Now I don't get scared. See, when you get to a certain age, you don't get scared anymore. You got you got no reason to be scared. You know what I mean? You know, like I used to be scared to get on a boat. I used to be scared to get on a plane, stuff like that. Shoot. But once I got past 30 years old, I ain't scared. I say, what I got to lose? What I got to lose? All right, look here. I said I was only going to talk an hour, so I didn't talk past an hour. And I had to let everybody go. Dragonflies and tons of praying mantis around here. Wow, man, we get praying mantis all the time. See, I don't live that far from a park. We get praying mantis. I used to catch those things when I was a kid. You get my jar out there and go catch the praying mantises and the grasshoppers, and I would put them in the same jar just to see who was gonna win. Everybody knew the praying mantis was gonna win. He ended up killing the grasshopper, crickets. We used to catch all that stuff, bumblebees and stuff like that. When we were a kid, you just go catch stuff. They don't do that nowadays. Nowadays, kids don't go out and catch stuff. They don't play on the streets like we used to. They don't play ball. They don't do nothing. All they do is walk around with their cell phones, playing those games on their phone and talking on their phone. You know, had this kid get hit about 2 months ago. Kid got hit right down the street, crossing the street, talking on his phone. You know, because he wasn't watching. He wasn't watching. He was on his way to school. Got hit. Okay, so I will see everybody later. I got to cut this short because, like I said, I'm waiting on my nephew, and I got to get everything straightened around for him. You know, get him a little snack when he come home because he haven't probably eaten lunch or anything yet. All right, then. So thank you everybody for coming into my live, and I appreciate you guys, and thank you too for not cutting off my channel. So I'll see everybody later. Bye bye.